why pullovers on chest day today? Because that threw Jason out. That threw Jason up for a mix.
He wasn't having it today.
No, I mean, you said, why are we doing...
That's a good point, though. What he just said was that his shoulder wasn't having it today. We did shoulders yesterday, and we do a large range of motion with the behind the necks and everything.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of continuous motion like that. We're doing inclines today, so again, we're stretching it. And then the pullovers was maybe for most people. And I know a lot of guys by 35 that can't do a lot of those, can't even use a squat bar anymore. Their shoulders don't have that. So I'm really trying to push and retain that range of motion. So if you can't do it, find a fly. But for me, I did inclines right over to pullovers for chest to open up the shoulders and that chest even more. Followed that up with a machine fly and following that up with another kind of press fly. So it's a lot of fascia work, you would say.
It's important not to let that shit go, you know, but I think you can get it back. I'm going to get it back.
Oh, you can?
I'm going to keep coming until I get it back or I get ripped.
I think, but I don't think you ever let it go.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't let it go.
I think
So you're talking
I'm
about
too
a farther
scared to let
degree.
anything go.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to not take a month off of squatting, take a week off of squatting. I'm too scared. You start going down that venture, it's like, oh, I don't do that no more. That's like, and next thing you know, it's 10 years later, and you're like, oh shit. You don't realize you stopped, and then that time, it goes fine. So our point today is, if you can, stay in it. Mostly stay in the uncomfortable.
Yes.
And keep that range of motion the very best you possibly can. Yes, possibly you're going to lose it over time, but keep fighting it. Try to be the outliers. Try to be the small percentage of people that keep doing it. Don't go off the masses. Somebody messaged me the other day and goes, I think I was my age. He goes, what are you, 30? Shut up. By the time you're my age, you're going to be broken. I'm like, idiot. I am your age. And so it's, try to be those outliers. I know people say things, and I know textbook, and I said it the other day, it's like textbook and studying only gets you so far. If you are not in the trenches applying any of this, I don't want to hear from you. And you shouldn't listen to them. If they're not applying it, there's little details to applying it. Like Stan Everton said the other day, he has people put dextrose on their rice. So why would he do that? They're trying to put on size. So what is that?
So you're assimilating it faster. You're opening up blood cells, pulling those carbs into the muscles.
So it's calorie intake, a little bit more calories, right? No.
Well, you're sucking them in.
It's only the point of trying to make the rice easier to eat. And see, that's a beautiful statement on the person that's in the trenches. And I wouldn't have known. I would have said the same thing you said. But that's the stuff you get from these elites. Those little freaking tweaks. You put dextrose on not for the calorie intake or the bump. It's to make the rice that you are eating already easier to eat.
I thought it
So
was
you
the insulin response.
No, it's so. But that's the stuff you're not going to read in a textbook. That's not the stuff you're going to learn in college. It's not. That's the stuff you're going to learn after 20 years of applying it and being in the game and getting the greatest and getting the average to be great. Forget the greats to be great. But you get the average person to be great. Now you're somebody.